So today we are here, we're gonna do a very traditional dish from Brazil, that is the escondidinho. All the Australians love this word now. Every time that we do a fire, when we are working on the projects, we let cassava cooking, how I'm doing here, and go work, and then once the cassava is boiled, you can prepare the dish. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do. So first thing that I did was put the cassava to boil. So in this pan here is all ready to go. So and in Brazil, people normally use the leftovers from dinner and lunch, you know, and kind of recycling the whole food. So if you don't have any of the ingredients, you can adapt. So here is my cassava. You can see there taking the water a little bit. Sometimes what I do when we are on the fire, I use an old tray and you can mash the cassava there. But today you have a pan, so we're gonna do on the pan. So now that the cassava is boiled, like the good way to check if it's soft enough is put the fork through. And it's pretty good, it's even melting, but it's even good because we're gonna mash the cassava. So I have olive oil here. So it's pretty simple, like this dish saves our lives when we are in the garden, no one has time to cook. So we pour some olive oil and then a little bit of salt, and that's gonna be the base of our pie for today. The cassava in Brazil we use it for so many different things. You know, people make bread and biscuits, cakes, and it's gluten-free, and you can be very creative how you use it. And this recipe, how I say before, you can play around with the ingredients if you don't have everything, you know. And what I need to do, this part is red. So the escondidinho in some places of Brazil, in the north, people sometimes do the sauce on the bottom and put the cassava on the top. But today, because I'm cooking the fire and you have tried cook a few times, I'm gonna do opposite. I'm gonna put the cassava on the bottom and the sauce on the top. But also, people sometimes put the cassava and then a layer of sauce, like, or if you can even use meat, chicken or beef or any other thing, and then make another layer of cassava, so like a lasagna style. So like you can create so many things. And adapt always, because this is good. Sometimes you don't have ingredients, do you know? So it's good to be able to use what you have in your fridge. And here for my sauce as well, I went on the food forest this morning and I saw what was there. So we had some spring onion and parsley. So in Brazil, people even sell together, do you know? Spring onion and parsley. You buy together because everyone cook together. Same garlic and onion. Because we don't grow onion, I didn't bring it, but we grow garlic, so I'm gonna use garlic. We don't have tomatoes, so I'm gonna use tamarillo. So like I am replacing a lot of things. Rosemary and some herbs like thyme, and I also found the oregano. So if you like spices, you can use chili, so it's pretty flexible. So because this we love, sometimes people use mushrooms. You can adapt for your preference, do you know? So the next step here, today I'm gonna use this fry pan, do you know, because I can handle easy. So I'm gonna put some of this cassava that is ready to go to be the base, like you do if the pizza, do you know, always has the pizza base, but here gonna be my cassava base, because it like a lot of people cannot have gluten, do you know, and a lot of pizza dough got a gluten, so cassava can replace that as well. So I'm gonna cover the whole bottom. Like people in Brazil, sometimes they put the sauce first, but because we are cooking the fire, I concern a bit that the sauce is gonna burn or dry too much. So we're gonna do the sauce on the top this time. Only to break the rules. So there is, I get a spoon to make it easier and make flat. So now we're gonna do the sauce. I'm gonna use this little saucepan here. So it has some garlic cooking there already. So you can let the garlic go a bit golden color. Then we're gonna put some Okinawa spinach and Brazilian spinach. And I'm gonna use a little bit of bicarb, so the leaves don't go black when you're cooking. So what you do, like normally we can use the leaves from the spinach, and then you can plant the base, do you know, so you can have in your garden. So we always teach people, do you know, if you buy a bunch of spinach and take home, we use the leaves and plant the stem. So then you can have Brazilian spinach, same thing. So the Brazilian spinach does better summertime, and the Okinawa spinach does better winter time. So you can have spinach the whole year. So that's it, and you can plant the stem, and I can throw the spinach in there, and a little bit of bicarb so the leaves don't go black. To the wood spoon. And then I don't have tomatoes because we don't grow tomatoes, so we're gonna use tamarillos. You can be fancy, take out the seeds and like blend it, but here because we are cooking the fire, I'm gonna scoop the pulp and let it cook it with the other ingredients. So you can eat it as a fruit, but you also can make sauce. So on the early stages of your food forest, you always grow cassava, tamarillo, Brazilian spinach, and all these plants are perennial plants, do you know, you can have it whole year through. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water here to make my sauce, and then I'm gonna add the other tamarillos. So and put it back in the fire. I found the oregano, so I'm gonna put a few leaves of oregano. And together with the oregano, we are planting rosemary. So I can put some of that as well. And like if the rosemary, same thing, you can use the leaves, then stick on the ground and gonna grow another plant. So today the ingredients that I am using to make the sauce is all found in our food forest here in Conscious Ground. So this is the Brazilian spinach or Amazon spinach. So they grow very well summertime, and when it's winter they not doing so well, but we have the Okinawa spinach as well to replace. And things like rosemary, thyme and oregano are all growing in your garden as well. And they are perennial plants, so you can have them, you know, for more than 6 months in your garden, and sometimes even years. Do you know, rosemary can go for years, and it's simple things that you can also keep in your backyard, and when you need cooking, you can use it from that. So, like, you can play with the sauce, do you know, and choose what you have. Like, I found some broccolis there, so I'm gonna throw in. I'm gonna put some carrots as well. All these produces we grow here, do you know, but in our food forest at the moment is 3 years old. Our food forest is 3 years old, so a lot of these crops that we grow on the start, we don't have on the food forest anymore, and few things we also grow on the market garden. So I can add some carrots there. You can also use chicken, you can use what we have, like pork, and make a sauce and put it on the top of the cassava on the bottom. I'm gonna put only a little bit of the chili sauce that we also use things from the food forest to make. Is the cayenne chilies. So this recipe was my daddy auntie that he used to do. So I'm gonna throw a little bit there. It's basically tomatoes and cayennes and things that we did to preserve. So the last thing, I'm gonna put some parsley and the coriander so they don't cook too much. Or you can even put on the top on the last minute once you throw the sauce on the top of the cassava. So I think it's pretty good. We can throw that in the top. So now, like, the last step is use the sauce on the top of your cassava base that you did before. And then I'm gonna put the lid and put this back in the fire. You can leave on the fire as much you want. The more you leave, more crispy gonna get in the bottom. So I think now it's pretty good. Otherwise, if you leave it for too long, it can burn. So we're gonna try. So this is our cassava dish from today, the escondidinho, a traditional Brazilian dish. And for us, we are so happy to be sharing recipes using cassava because she's a key plant in our agroforestry systems. So get cassava in your dishes.